Logitech mouse for Mac is so much better than that mouse. Oh. And I just paired it up with the trackpad.
Yeah, TZ and them was making fun of me the whole time. They was like, you use the Magic Mouse? I was like, I like it.
It's not good, bro.
Tizio had a mouse that it's like this for your hand.
It's the Logitech.
Bro, and it clicks to the side,
amazing.
and his hand is like this.
Yo, I kid you not, that mouse, I have it paired, because I was never a desktop person.
Okay.
Like, I would always use my laptop as a laptop.
And the trackpad, right.
But I just paired it up with a trackpad.
Wow, and that was it?
So I bought the
Wait, so you are you a trackpad guy with your
both
studio?
I got both. Literally, I have them both paired up. So I have the trackpad and I have the Logitech mouse. Fucking amazing.
Oh, okay, got you. Because I know, to be honest, we was making fun of people that use the trackpad. We was like, I don't know how the hell y'all using that trackpad to do that shit. What? To each his own, I guess.
Where you got it, bro.
You don't use the trackpad on your laptop? As a laptop?
If I have to, think about it. My laptop is to the bottom of, it's off.
I mean, you never take it out and use
it.
Yeah.
I have to use it if I have to, but I prefer my mouse. I'll be honest, I like the Magic Mouse, but everybody says, I ain't gonna lie, David Youngin was putting me on. By the way, I learned a lot from them, like watching them record. Like, cause think about it, we watch Hit Boy produce a beat, then David Youngin and TZO recorded and mixed it.
What did Hit Boy use?
FL.
Okay.
And then he dumped everything into
MPC?
Into Pro Tools from David Youngin. And then David Youngin was kind of telling me, he was like, yeah, think about how unnatural it is to have your hand like this. He was like, you naturally have your hand like this. So the mouse is clicking like that. So that Logitech mouse, I'm looking into it now, but it was OD. I was like, that looked like an expensive mouse. Tizio brought his mouse. Like, it was like a tool. He was like, I'm recording today, and pulled out his mouse. I was like, to pull out your mouse is crazy.
That's weird.
The engineers that used to use the ball mouse, y'all need to.
That ball mouse is the worst mouse on
Shout
earth.
out my boy. Oh my gosh, my brain is not working, by the way, today. So that's gonna be the theme of this episode. My brain just farting.
My brain.
Omar.
Oh, shout out Omar.
Nice with the ball mouse.
He liked the ball mouse?
Man, that's what I seen him use, but I hate that.
I don't like that.
A lot
ball
of people
mouse.
use it.
I don't like that.
And it has side clicks as well.
It does.
Or a lot of them
like
do.
It's like left, right kind of thing. Can I tell you who I spoke to a lot while I was out there? I spoke to Curtis So you know Curtis, right?
Yes.
You know Curtis.
Circuit.
Curtis Circuit. He worked on This Is America, if I'm not mistaken. He does a bunch of stuff for Boogie.
Yeah.
Love Curtis's mixes, everything to death. He works with engineers too closely. I was talking to him because him and Ali, right? Ali, and I believe C-Roos too does it. I've never seen a C-Roos session, but I'm pretty sure C-Roos does it as well.
Right.
Where they have this bus that's a kick and bass bus. So they have a bus where they put their kick and bass in the same channel, in the same aux. And I always thought about that and was like, I want to ask them why they do that. I'm also seeing it always clipping. Like in the Pro Tools session, I always see it hitting past 0. And I used to be like, all right, I think they're clipping the board or something like that. But I said, I want to really get their ideology on it. So I asked them, nerding out. I was like, yo, bro, question. I see you in your sessions, you're always doing where you have the kick and bass going to a certain aux, but then that's clipping. I said, tell me what's happening. What's going on? He was like, oh, so we're clipping the board on the input. He was like, but what people don't realize is if you look in the session, when they come back inside, it's turned down. It's nominal. It's not clipping on the input back into Pro Tools. So what he's doing is he's clipping the board, Dr. Dre type vibe,
but putting it back in.
But on the output of the SSL, turning it down so that when it goes back into Pro Tools, it's not clipping.
Yeah. I see.
So he's getting all that saturation and everything
without it
clipping, and it sounds nice. So what did I say? The light bulb in my head went off, bro. I said, so I don't have an SSL console, but I do have a summing amp. And I said, to me, that's kind of like a board. In certain ways, you can, obviously, I know people are like, no, it's not, but in some fashions, it's a summing amp. So I said, what if I drive signal, right? My 8 auxes, that's my stems, the drums, the music. Yeah. What if I drive the signal out of those 8 stems into the summing amp and then come back into Pro Tools a little bit less, like -3. Give me some headroom, pause. I literally took it, drove it, bro. Like I took a mix that I did already, drove it into the summing amp, looked on my knee portico bus, because my knee portico is my 2 bus kind of what you call it at the end with the 2-track of the 8 stems. Bro, and I was seeing the level, I was hitting my knee like I never did before. I never hit my knee this hard. Wasn't distorting, but I was like, this is OD loud.
You never hit your knee?
Neve. Okay. Neve. I never hit the Neve portico master bus processor this hard.
Okay.
I literally listened to it, right? So I looked, I said, okay, this is coming in at -3 dB. My mix is now coming in at -3 dB. I'm looking at it on my on my
yeah.
mix bus. I AB the version I did before.
World of a difference.
Oh my!
Question.
My whole life has changed.
Question.
My life has changed.
Has changed.
I got 2 questions. One.
I'm clipping in the. I'm getting all the loudness in the
So when you
analog
was driving
side.
when you was driving it, right?
Yes.
You follow me?
Yes.
When you was driving it, were you speeding, or did you go in the speed limit? Real question. I'm kidding. Real question. What the hell is a summing amp?
Okay. So that Dangerous 2 Bus Plus.
Yeah.
That's my summing amp.
They can't see it.
Yeah, they can't see it, but they're
explain
Zaire.
to them what the hell is the meaning.
Got you.
What who needs a summing?
Totally
Why?
understood. So in your DAW, right? You have track 1, track 2, vocals, blah 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 blah. Your DAW is emulating digital summing, meaning it's taking all those signals and putting them together, right? So that when you play, everything plays together. There's an argument, and there's a lot of debate about it, where people say, well, that's the problem with digital. When it's trying to emulate the summing in digital, it doesn't sound like how analog did, where you get more of that separation between the sounds, like how the bass feels like it's separate from the kick. It feels like everything's kind of mushed together in the digital domain. So what some people will do, and this is an argument, I'm not here to debate it, is some people will go outside of their DAW and do the summing in the analog domain and then come back into the DAW and do it like that. So that's why some people have summing amps. I'm not saying that's why you have it, but some people have it for
I
that
know you
reason.
say you wouldn't debate, but if you had to debate, do you think
That makes a
digital summing
difference?
is bad?
Do I think what?
Digital summing is so bad that it needs the outboard piece?
No, I don't think digital summing is so bad where it needs the outboard piece. Do I feel like with my analog summing that I'm hearing a difference, that I'm getting quote unquote separation and things like that? For me, yeah, that Dangerous 2 Bus Plus does invoke a sound.
If you don't mind me asking, I know you're rich, but how much is that piece?
No.
That's $335. I think about $3,500. $3,500
$3,500
for the summing amp.
3500.00.
$3,500.
Is it a 3500.00 difference?
Probably not. I'll be very honest. But can I tell you something? And this, I hate when people say this, but I do understand it at the same time. When people say, well, that extra 5% is the difference between what makes, you pick that person over that person.
Yeah, that's true.
And that extra 5% to me leaves me less work in the digital side to have to try to figure out, okay, I'm trying to create more separation. How can I get more separation? Yeah. Literally, if I take your mix and throw those 8 stems out my summing amp, I'll be like, bro, I'm cool. I love how it sounds. Then now if I'm driving signal into it and saturating things, you can throw on your plugins, but I'm like, yo, bro, I literally just ran it through. I feel good about it.
I'm good.
Not saying you cannot accomplish this or get great mix in the box, but I'm just saying that I enjoy the workflow. Like that's just me. I enjoy the workflow. But this is something I am experimenting with more, even clipping my converters and stuff like that.
And I'm not saying you said it wrong or you whatever.
I'm down to be wrong.
Sometimes we give definitions and sometimes we don't give the full definition or maybe a more perspective.
I appreciate that.
Skew. We're all learning.
Yeah.
Just letting you guys know. I get it.
Yeah.
Sometimes we might not understand something to the point where you may understand it. Just letting if he missed something out on something, just comment it, put us on.
That's it.
But we're all learning. And with that, I'd like to introduce this podcast. Welcome to the My Audio Nerds podcast, hosted by the Audio Nerds for a podcast for audio nerds like yourself. My name is LJ. Oh, wait. Before I even get to my name. Matter of fact, no, we're switching it up today. My name is LJ. I'm a producer that uses FL Studio.
Wow.
To the left of me.
Finally, he's a producer. Also, make sure they comment in the comment section.
No. We gonna touch that.
You just said you were switching it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
My name is Devvon Terrell. I'm a Pro Tools user. I have no idea what's going on, but cool.
And me over here, man.
Say your name.
I got something to tell you.
My name is Courtney 12.
All right, Courtney 12 and
SSL channel strip. I got something to tell you. I experimented.
Also,
I got to tell you.
Hey man, comment something down below. You could get a free copy of the HMD Rosetta EQ or compressor in gold and become a member. To help us pay the bills. But also, you get a bunch of content behind the paywall, a lot of videos, and I do mean a lot. Other series. You get Drunk Courtney. You get free money in the store, merch. All of that good stuff. Shout out to our
Diamond members,
but also our what disc?
Oh, Royal Blue. Shout out
Blue
Jutsu.
disc.
Shout out David Fields. And I think there's one other person that got to the Royal Blue disc so far.
So I appreciate
shout
y'all.
out
Thank
Jutsu
y'all so much.
David.
Yeah, I have a story I'd like to tell.
What?
I hit a lick.
SSL. Remember the SSL channel?
I got you. I remember that.
Go ahead.
I hit a lick, y'all.
What do you hit a lick?
I know there's gonna be a clip, so let me just make sure I look good.
He said this might hit.
Oh, this gonna work.
This gonna work.
So I've been building, and I know y'all been saying, "Yo, you've been building the studio for weeks." It's been taking a while.
Yeah.
But I'm done. Everything's sitting at home. It just needs to get put together.
Just quitting. He said, I'm fucking tired.
No, but so a few weeks back, I talked about needing or wanting a try-in.
Okay.
And the minute that episode came up, a bunch of people sent me lists.
Shout out to y'all.
Whatever.
Shout out to y'all. Facts.
Right. Long story short, ended up that day getting a try-in off of Facebook Marketplace.
Right.
And I hit a lick.
Right.
200.
$200 for that try-in for the rack.
For the try-in rack, amazing.
How much is it? Like original? How much was the original? Like
I don't know what the original went for. I doubt. I don't know how much.
$600, $800?
Probably in the thousands, like little thousands. But right now, probably 800 in the States.
Yes.
7, 8.
Yeah.
For the key, I don't know how much the rack usually goes for, but I couldn't even find a rack if it wasn't from Japan. That's what was pissing me off.
Wow.
Like Japan has a bunch of those. So
you keep mentioning that.
So it was annoying. It was annoying. So I wasn't gonna buy it off of eBay because you can only get it from Japan.
Right.
And I didn't even think to go to Facebook Marketplace because I've never used Facebook.
Yeah, I would have never thought to go there.
Once Let Go kind of dissolved, and I think OfferUp bought them, and I hate OfferUp CY.
Yeah.
I stopped buying used.
Wow.
Thankfully, God put a few dollars in my pocket, so I really was done buying used. But I didn't think to do that for my studio, for the new studio.
I'm down to buy
ready
used.
to buy everything new.
Right.
So
I hate new gear now.
The Triton, thank you to y'all who helped. I hit a lick. And I love that piece.
Okay.
And then I started checking for everything on Facebook Marketplace.
Yo.
I found so much. I didn't indulge, but I found so many guitars and everything. And I just want to remind y'all, hey, if you're looking for some new gear or some old gear,
right,
check. You might
Facebook Market.
Honestly, if you're not even looking for gear, go on Facebook Marketplace, go on OfferUp, go on eBay, Reverb.com.
Okay,
and just look, and you might see something because nothing inspires you more than new plugins and new gear.
That's a fact. Remember Sanjay?
Yeah,
Sanjay said his CO1B. He got it from eBay for like $2,000 or something like that, and he said he was scared to death, and he said it was fine, it was perfect. I was like, whoa.
And the thing is, people quit music every day.
Wow.
Appreciate y'all.
Oh my gosh, I appreciate y'all.
I appreciate y'all. It's true though.
I'm not saying I appreciate y'all, but nonetheless.
No, you quit on yourself. I ain't got nothing to do with it. I appreciate you for what you got to contribute.
Unforeseen
because and I understand that. I'm not saying to the people that had to sell.
I know.
Was forced to sell. I'm saying to the people who quit on themselves. That's cool. I thank you for contributing to somebody else's music career.
You did actually, yeah. Because
how many of us started off with some gear from somebody who quit,
who passed it down? How many people got rockets?
So to all the people, yes, it's like, damn, you quit on yourself, but hey, you about to jumpstart somebody. My first PC I bought was $7 at a thrift store, and it had 2 gigs of RAM. Yeah, the lady loved me though, so she like bargained with me. It was a PC. It was literally like a Dell PC. It had
$7.
It had 2 gigs of RAM.
2 gigs.
It had 120 gigs of storage.
Courtney.
Yeah.
You gonna pay $50 for 2 gigs?
A bottle of water costs like a pack of water costs.
It was like a mom and pop thrift store.
$7 for a laptop?
It was it wasn't a laptop. It was a PC. No monitor. No.
And they gave it to you for $7?
Yeah, it was on there for like 15. I said,
you negotiated for
let me get it for 7. I was in 6th grade, and then the first thing I did, I brought it home, downloaded Audacity, downloaded the FL demo. Oh my god! Downloaded the FL Studio 11 from a zip file in Google Drive. Shout out to whoever. Then I bought it.
That hurt. That little 200.
I ain't buy it.
FL charged me twice. I'll bring that up every time.
Wow. Tax write off. But I say all that to say, like, hey man, if that person didn't donate or give their PC to the thrift store,
you would have never started making music.
Well, I probably would have ended up on Ableton or something. You never know.
I don't like you on Ableton. You belong with FL Studio for absolute freaking sure.
That's what I hate.
Yeah. What did y'all start on? I'm sorry.
What did I start on?
Yeah.
What was your Cool Edit Pro.
What was your first piece of gear that you ever got?
Ooh. I don't even remember the name of the company, bro. It was, I'm going to be honest. So my boy, it was a baby bottle. The blue baby bottle was my first microphone. The baby bottle was the first microphone I ever purchased.
Sorry.
I bought it from eBay.
The Bluebird is going for $150, y'all.
The what?
The Bluebird is going for $150.
That was their cheap microphone. Though. I wouldn't trust that microphone.
The Spark was the cheap one.
Bluebird was cheap too, though.
What?
Yeah, Bluebird was cheap
But
too.
it's OD
It was
cheap.
baby bottle and better.
Yeah,
Like,
no, for sure.
Yeah.
It was like the Yeti and the Snowball. Those are gaming.
Yeah.
The Spark was dumb cheap. It was like $100.
And then the Bluebird.
Bluebird was like $299.
Yeah.
Years back. Now it's $150. I think if we had to do a shoot, and I haven't done it, and this we might be removed from that space of sub $200 mics. I don't think I've used one in a long time.
That'd be a good shootout.
But I don't think that's a bad mic.
For 200?
That blue mic might be the shit.
But here's my thing. It like the VM1, like the State VM1, I can get it for 300. So
now
now
sub 200, but some people have $100 budgets, 150.
Okay, perhaps.
150 and 300 is a jump. Let's be honest.
It's double. Quite literally double.
For a mic, for just the mic, that's a big jump.
Can I say this? I think the difference between 150 and 300 is a massive jump.
Yeah.
Massive. Like quality-wise, though.
Yeah. Quality-wise, but also
100 to 300 is a
price
big
range,
jump.
because think about it. Like, somebody might want to start their studio for 300. They can't spend 300 on a mic.
What's the blurriest mic price range? Meaning
from 5 to 1,000.
Absolutely.
From 500 to maybe 1,500.
Is a blurry, it gets blurry.
Because the Neumann TLM 103 versus the $700 mic. Shit.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I went back to one of my old albums, and I know I recorded a 103. Not gonna lie. I was like, yo, I pooped on a 103 for a long time, but
It's a nice mic.
it was a good mic, bro. Like, we tripping.
My fault. Rewind. Back to what was your first laptop or whatever?
Oh, so I worked at the MIS department at my dad's hospital. So it was like the information systems, the computer, like the computer back end of the hospital. Yeah. And I worked in that department. So it was all the computer guys. So we would throw out, they would send me to a floor, be like, yo, that doctor needs you to take out the computer. We're just going to give him a new system, so take the whole computer. So we would have a lot of like pieces of computers and stuff like that.
You was stealing?
No. I wasn't stealing. This is when my mother thought I was actually like, I was starting to get smart. I feel like something snapped in me. I was like, I'm actually, something clicking. So we would get a bunch of stuff. So there was this room full of junk computer parts, like junk. So I remember I asked the guys, I was like, hey, is it okay if I take these parts home? Because you're just going to throw those. They was like, sure. So day by day, I would take home pieces of computer pieces, and I kept looking for, this is a 500 megabyte RAM card, bam, boom. And so every day I was taking home pieces until I finally got all the pieces. I literally remember the day I got the final piece, and I was looking for a good hard drive. I was like, I'm looking for a good hard drive. Found a good hard drive. My first computer had 684 megabytes of RAM. That was OD for me. That was like, this is crazy. It was like might have been like, I forgot what the gigs on the hard drives was back then, but it was damn near nothing. Like 28, I don't know. It's like a small hard drive. And I remember I almost set my grandmother's house on fire because I didn't know. This is some old school nerd stuff. There was, back in the day, there was two types of RAM cards, PC 100 and PC 133. If you put a PC 100 RAM card in a PC 133 motherboard, it would spark and it would blow up. So I didn't know that. So I learned that. So I did that, finally put my computer together. I was so excited. And then the first thing I downloaded DAW-wise was FL. I had FL.
Because FL was always
affordable. Right there.
Not even affordable. FL was always efficient.
Yeah.
FL 12, the reason why I got it, I just told you, my computer was 2 gigs of RAM. And FL's minimum requirements were 500.
Megs. See, that was back when there was like 200.
But this is like 50. No, this is 2016. 2015. And it was still, and it was, I think right now it's still 4 gigabytes minimum.
Probably was 4 megabytes.
Nice.
Yeah, now it's like 8.
Wow. No, now I think now it's 4.
Wow.
Like, it's still efficient. Shout out to FL. I haven't checked the 24 minimum requirements.
Okay.
But 12 was what? We was the original 12. Courtney.
Yeah, it was. I'm not gonna lie.
What do we talk? What was your first laptop?
12 was the big one. That was a big release, right?
What?
12
that was the switch from 11, and it was so much. It was like iOS 7 to 8 or 6 to 7.
I forgot.
Modernized, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Courtney, what was your first?
My first? Audacity. If not that, then GarageBand.
Laptop?
First laptop, though, was an Asus.
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 An Asus.
Oh, he might be right. I thought it was Asus.
John, I forgot what it was, what model it was, but yeah. And I cracked open Audacity on that, and I was like, all right.
Yeah, man.
Can I bring something up to you that I finally just tested out your experiment that you brought to me?
Fresh risky.
You know what I'm talking about? About clipping digital plugins?
Oh.
I tried it out.
And?
I think you're absolutely right.
Shout out Ulysses.
Does it work like how it actually works in the analog side? No. But
Can you context?
of course, I am. I'm just setting it up. Zaire loves this. Zaire loves when he always say, yo, the way you set stuff up is good. It's good.
right,
He gonna put this in
So
there
it's
too
like-
because it's cool. You know. Watch this.
Okay.
Long story short, remember what I was explaining to you about clipping my outboard gear,
Yeah.
just clipping the summing amp. So what we was talking about before was how Ulysses, he noticed that Ulysses was like driving signal into the SSL channel strip. I think it's the Waves EV2. And then he was hitting the pad so that on the output, long story short, it wouldn't, you would still have a nominal signal, a signal that's not clipping to zero. So I was like, let me try it. So I went into the EV2. I took some music. So I went to the EV2, which is the SSL. I went to the line knob and I cranked it until I seen red.
Yeah.
Ironically, I was seeing red, but it wasn't sounding like clipping. I was like, oh, it's not really like I'm not hearing clipping, but it's in the red. I was like, holy crap, I think he's right. So I clipped it like a lot, and then I went to the output, and ironically, I was like, oh, this is an output. Like, I'm like, they did that on purpose. And I turned the output down until it was like hitting around the same thing before I clipped. Bypass back and forth, and remember, this is hitting at the same peak volume. So it was -3 before, and now I made sure I had it at -3. It was louder.
Yeah.
It was loud. It was saturated. I was like, "Holy crap!" I think you are able to do that.
And
I think with
drive
that
it,
in
yeah, a
mind
little
and
bit.
drive it, into like a board type of thing. So it made me think. I said, "Ooh, what if you had an SSL EV2 across all your channels, and you kind of drove things into it to saturate in your session naturally? So I could set up a producer like, yo, off rip.
What if SSL just put out a saturation plugin?
They have one.
Based
they really?
around driving.
I don't know about if it's based on driving, but there's a drive. They have it.
Now I'm thinking if they do,
Put it at the top.
was a G and a J board? A G
It was the
board?
G. By the way, I finally
they have
the G that Dre and them was
Because
using.
now
Plus.
I'm thinking between the two, and I could probably do the patcher.
Hmm.
If they have one where it's like a J style saturation and a G style, what if you be able to blend the two?
Hard. On the SSL channel strip from Oxford, that's the one that they got.
Yeah.
They have on their channel strip 2, they have an E and a K setting. So you could change between
G
which
and J,
board
yeah. Okay.
you want. So I feel like that's there.
I wonder if that's the emulation for the brown and black buttons in the EV2.
I gotta look.
Can I make a what you call it? Sonox is gonna kill
At the
me.
very top.
Those are two different
Algorithms. Two different sounds,
You're right.
rather.
You're right. I never really messed with the EV2. I remember when it
love
first
the
came out.
EV2.
The Waves was like, oh, try this out, and I was like, I don't really care for channel
I
strips
love
right
the
now,
EV2.
but yes,
I was wondering.
Can I say something? And
What?
this is probably gonna get us in real trouble.
Hot water.
Sonox don't kill me.
Sonox.
Two Tech don't kill me.
Okay.
Ooh, who you about to do?
Everyone complains about the CO1B plugin. Can somebody make an illegal, what you call it,
CO1B.
clone of the plugin? Yeah. Because I think the reason why nobody else has a CO1B plugin emulation is because TubeTech just won't.
Yeah, they won't give the rights. I think.
So somebody,
think.
I know there's a plugin out there that does it that just doesn't use the CO1B name.
But it's that
and
CO1B.
It's that CO1B sound.
For sure.
There probably is. Comment if there is.
What plugins is getting away with something like that?
What you mean?
Where it's like we know they're emulating something, but they're not saying what it's emulating.
We could shout out my boy Ryan.
All right.
I was
No!
about to come for Full Sail, so
Full Sail.
yeah, they're not an audio company, but you haven't been seeing their little. There's this TikTok trend where people like it's the Jersey beat and people like point to the sides of them,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then it's like do all these things that apply to a prompt, and it's like the prompt for them is like what you can learn at Full Sail, boo boo boo, like audio engineering, da 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 da. I'm just like, you guys suck. Love you guys. Though.
I'm not gonna
Love
lie.
you, Full Sail.
None of us
What?
has been to Full Sail in 10 years. They might not suck anymore.
No, they didn't suck when I went.
So why'd you just shoot at them?
What I learned at that, I'm here. Okay. Here's what I'm
My
saying.
face is not.
By the way,
yeah.
I'm not caping.
We love Full Sail.
I'm not caping. But what I'm saying is, I'm not gonna sit here and say that I didn't learn
Like it was, like,
OD
terrible
when I
or
went.
we didn't learn
I
nothing,
learned
yeah.
I learned a lot. My core understanding of things was from Full Sail.
Yeah,
Do I think
absolutely.
that? But here's the thing. Do I think today I could learn that online? Absolutely. I know I can learn it online now.
What was that
But
voice?
back then, I there was none. What?
What was that voice?
Absolutely. Angela Valdez. If you know, you know. Power. But freaking no, I learned a lot. I learned a lot from Full Sail. That's where my basic education came from. Do I think I can learn that online now? Would I have went to Full Sail now? Probably not.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all
But
always leave
I
me out the college convos like I didn't go to college. I did.
No one left you out. No one said that's your own guilt.
Because I was watching
That's your
back. I
guilt.
was watching back an episode. That's not guilt. I'm a college dropout. What are we talking about?
That's guilt.
Hashtag
And it worked
Kanye.
out for me.
That's guilt.
But I was watching back like the LG episode, or I forget what episode. No,
Okay.
Gaurav episode.
Okay.
And y'all was all talking about just going to college for music.
Right.
And he was like, yeah, because me and Courtney, we went to college. I was like, I went to college too.
Oh,
But
well, I
didn't
was
know
saying
this
we
at
went to
the
the same school. Look how you reading stuff.
Nah, man,
Me and him
you
went to
know.
him and I went to Full Sail.
How was that?
Full Sail, the experience.
You
of
know,
it?
it'd be funny.
What?
I would love to go to Full Sail for a week
You mean like experience it?
as a student.
You would
No,
hate it.
I know.
Yeah.
I think that would be a dope TV show though.
You would hate it. No, it wouldn't. It would not be good. To
I think
watch
it would
you
be
go through
actually
that.
fire. Actually, yeah.
No, it wouldn't.
That'd be tough.
I think
Well-
so. I think I'd enjoy it.
Well, some of my professors were actually famous, like really
Yeah.
famous. I
Do
remember.
you think any of your professors who taught you watch this?
Yo, that'd be amazing. If any of my professors that taught this watch this, please
reach
comment.
out.
Because
No,
I would love
don't
to.
reach out direct. Please find.
I won a really
Wait.
big award at my graduation. I was really good. I won competitions at my school and everything.
Nicest smile.
No, that's not what I wanted.
Cutest couple.
Audio school, cutest couple. First of all, there was no women at my school. There was 3 girls. I remember there was only 3 girls in my program back then. Which I hope that now there are a lot more women in the program.
What? I went
But
to- I went
there
to
were
music-
not
That's
I went to a
'cause-
music-based school. There are a lot of
More
women.
women?
Yeah,
That's
a lot.
good.
I think it's if not equal, very close to equal.
Okay. There were no women.
Dang.
Bro,
Yeah,
when
you
I
went-
mean there was 3 girls, and I remember I dated one of them.
You
But
went.
she was like a show production major.
you went for
Shooter.
You went for audio.
Uda.
Take it easy.
You went for
It's not
audio.
the platform.
You went for audio engineering in 08, so that explains
I went
a
in
lot.
08, right. Beat concept. Thank you,
Housing
Courtney.
market
Thank you.
crash.
I was in Full Sail 06,
How was that
07.
era?
What, housing market?
Your unk? Yeah, no, the era of like you went to school when when Black Eyed Peas was popping. Boom, boom, pow. Yo, we was talking. This is such a off topic. Me and my homies were talking because I started.
What's that?
Yeah, for
Nah, it
real.
is. I'm not gonna lie.
2010, your Super Bowl, because we always, every time there's a big event, everybody at the college, we try to find a room to watch it. So Super
Okay.
Bowl was one of those.
Okay.
And we just noticed, because Kendrick just got announced, that, we've always had a great Super Bowl. Because we had Dre, Rihanna,
Yeah, I've had great
Usher.
Super Bowls, yeah.
And then now I'm thinking about yours. You had, not Prince, you had,
Michael Jackson.
no, you didn't.
When I was little, I remember that.
No, when
did.
you were in college. I'm talking
Oh,
about
when I was in
college,
college, I don't
yeah.
even remember
you
who was
had
on.
Black Eyed Peas,
I
Paul
think-
McCartney.
Yeah, it was like this. People would get. That was when people started complaining. I think was it Bruce Springsteen? I forgot who. We had a big.
I'm kidding.
Do not Bruce
Please,
Springsteen.
I'm
I forgot who it was, but we had. I remember one. It was quoted like the most boring Super Bowl halftime show ever. I forgot
Wow.
who it was, but it was during my time. I forgot who it was, and that's when everything changed. It was like, yo, we got to change
Shout out
this.
Justin Timberlake. Yo, all jokes aside.
I was a kid when that happened.
No, cause and that's what made them want to just do older acts and more traditional.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
It got more conservative with the music,
Which
like-
is
see where
crazy.
we went.
Thankfully, shout out Rock Nation, that it's not the case anymore. But
yeah, for sure.
Justin Timberlake, I saw Muso repost something
What?
about him and Timbaland creating Sexy Back.
Yep.
That story sounds
one of the most underrated albums on
of all-
earth.
not even
sonically.
greatest sounding albums
Ever.
But it was a story that sounded almost so too good to be true.
What?
I would love to talk to him. I'm just putting that in the ethos.
What?
Justin Timberlake on the pod one day, because he was saying, yo, we did Sexy Back, right? Tim is playing the beat and he's like, oh, I'm scatting. He's scatting loud, right? So he's
Right.
like, I know what I want to do.
Right.
So he's like, I'm singing Sexy Back. Yep. But the yep was like Timbo saying, oh, that's fire.
Yep.
Because, like, yo, Timbo doesn't do anything off beat. So the yep was literally just like,
Wow.
yeah.
Really?
And then it was like, no, we got to put that on the record.
Right.
And then
Yeah.
it was just easy to write from there. And I could imagine. It's kind of thing.
Wow.
Which is
That's
crazy.
such a good album.
Like, imagine
fire.
that.
It's one of my favorite albums ever.
Imagine having that on camera.
I know.
Like
Document
dragging
that.
back. Yeah,
Yeah.
it almost looks fake. It's like
Yeah.
there's no way y'all just.
The story almost sounds unbelievable.
That
to
was
be honest with you.
which one was that?
Future Sex.
Future Sex.
Future Sex.
Future Sex Love Sounds. That, bro, did the Beyonce record.
Underrated albums that changed your production or sound, just how you heard music.
Future Sex Love Sounds.
That's it.
For sure. And Graduation.
Oh my goodness.
Boom.
Graduation.
I heard that.
Graduation is one of the greatest albums ever made.
Yeah.
Gosh. Can I tell you? Can I tell you
From
what?
rollout
Listen.
to cover.
You know what moment? You know how you know that moment in an album, and I don't get this feeling anymore. You know that moment in an album where you go, "Oh my God, if he keep this up, this is gonna be the best thing ever." You know what song? When I got to it, I was like, "Bro, I think this might be the greatest album." Like it's coming.
I know, because you tell this story all the time.
What?
Stronger.
No.
No. Which one?
I wonder.
And bro, and that's track, bro.
When that came on,
it goes from Good Morning.
yeah, we have to get out. Yo, I remember saying,
If I'm not mistaken, it's Good Morning, Champion, Good Life, I Wonder.
but right, because Good Life just came off,
Yeah.
and then you hit
That's
me with
track 4.
I Wonder. I was like,
It's like,
it was.
oh
I was
my
like,
goodness.
oh my God.
I think that's, oh my God, I miss Kanye, man.
I miss
For
him
me,
too, man.
I have to say,
and I miss that style of music he was doing.
I'd have to say the one that definitely influenced and like really changed the landscape for me was An Evening with Silk Sonic.
Okay.
Asterisk. I'm hoping once Bruno figures out everything he's got to figure out, Volume
That's
1.
not, I don't think that's real.
Volume 1. You can get Volume 2 soon, hopefully. Yeah? Huh?
I don't
Maybe?
think I don't think.
They're not going to
Bruno's
do
in
it. Yo,
debt.
they don't do a sequel,
I don't
but either way.
believe that.
Either way.
Bruno's in debt.
Yo,
Bruno
this-
literally has the
That's
number one
not
song
even what I was
in-
going for, but
Album is
facts.
so
Facts.
amazing. Graduation.
I think. I mean, I have a bunch of. If you see,
Look at
y'all
track
gonna
list.
let me start naming albums because
What?
I could say, and terrible time to say this album.
What?
But the Dirty Money album, Last Train to Paris.
I hear you. Production
That's
wise,
not wrong with
yes.
that.
Goodness, I know.
Yes.
I know. It's
I
not
hear
wrong
you.
with
those albums.
I hear
People would support you on those. Those
No.
are really good albums.
Dawn Richards is one of the greatest minds music ever had, and I want to put that on wax.
Okay.
Graduation,
Respect.
Her,
Dawn.
Volume 1, and Painted by Lucky Day. Those 2 albums together. Camper,
Painted was
what
incredible.
Camper and Swag did to Her, and then what D-Mal was doing, that's like Michael and Prince to me. I don't
get you.
care.
To be honest,
Kills me.
I hear you.
Crucify. Now I'm gonna sound like Unk.
What?
New Edition album with Johnny Gill.
Wow, got you.
Because that
When-
came out
when
the
that
same
transition.
That came out the same day as Don't Be Cruel.
I didn't know that.
Goodness.
Oh my gosh, they got hit with
The
music.
Can You Stand the Rain?
Yeah.
Same day.
That all ain't that same day?
And can I tell
I
you
didn't know that.
something?
What?
And I've had the pleasure, thank you God,
What?
to meet L.A. Reid, to meet Babyface, and to meet Jimmy Jam.
Illuminati.
It's all good.
So I've heard stories about that time. I never met Teddy Riley, who also worked on Bobby Brown's album, but I've heard the stories about those albums. And the one thing they always kept was like, "Yo, we were competing." Because once we heard that they were working on that over there,
Right.
we're trying to. Because keep in mind, this is Bobby Brown fresh out of New Edition.
Right. So we
So
got
it was
ahead
beef.
of.
So it was New
gotta hit
Edition.
him.
New Edition had just Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
Right.
And then Bobby Brown got L.A. Reid and Babyface, early L.A. Reid and Babyface.
Right.
Because they weren't, you know what I mean?
Right.
In the movie, I don't know if this was real life, but in the movie, Bobby didn't think they was cool.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then Teddy Riley, who's this hip hop guy, you know what I mean?
Right.
He's known for his hip hop drums.
Right.
And 87 or 88. But goodness
That's when I was just
gracious.
born.
Boy, that's unk. I'm kidding. But that sound of New Jack Swing, slow jams.
Yeah.
That's what made Bobby Brown and New Edition.
Yeah.
It was grown, and we haven't seen a group or even like a lot of artists grow into that like that.
Gracefully.
Age like that.
Age
gracefully. It's like
gracefully, yeah.
Hov going into 444.
A lot of the boy bands that we've had in our era of life,
Didn't even
once
get that
they
chance.
become adults, it's like it's done.
You know who did?
Like they cut them off.
Oh my gosh, I gotta give flowers.
Who?
You know who aged amazingly?
Group wise?
Yes.
Who?
And I saw it in my lifetime.
Who?
Yeah, don't laugh. Actually laugh. I don't care. You're wrong. The Jonas Brothers.
The Joe Bros.
Oh no. One of
my
the best
goodness.
transitions
all time.
And the thing
ever.
is, you talking to.
That's true.
With all due respect,
Disney
I'm
kids.
not claiming to be no gangster or nothing, but you're talking from a nigga from the hood.
Yeah.
Like, come on. I'm not. Jonas Brothers is not in my
My
rotation.
yeah.
But I grew up at the Disney
Absolutely.
time,
So I
Camp
saw
Rock.
it, yeah.
So I heard the records.
Yes.
Burning Up Fire, Paranoid
Such a
Fire.
great
Right.
fire.
They go through their hiatus. I'm going through high school. You know, I'm learning whatever.
Right.
But I get out of high school. They come back with I'm a sucker for you.
Bro,
Who wrote that? Not Chris Martin. I'm gonna find out who wrote it. Who's the writer? He did Beyonce,
Max?
Halo. No.
Not Max.
Oh, One Republic.
Yes.
Ryan Tedder.
Ryan Tedder.
Ryan Tedder.
Ryan Tedder.
If I'm not mistaken, and I'm a double.
Ooh, Ryan
Shout out.
Tedder.
Can I do a little quick?
I know you about to say.
You know what I'm about to do.
I know what you're about to bring
You know what
up.
I'm about to do.
Go ahead. I'll let you have it.
Dab me up one time.
I'll give you
know
wait,
what's happening.
Before we lose them.
Talking about the Ryan
Go
Tedder.
ahead. Do
Oh,
that
yeah,
first.
do Ryan Tedder,
Real quick. All my anime fans, all our anime fans, go watch Monster number 8, Kaiju number 8.
Kaiju number 8.
Opening by a European artist called Youngblood. Shout out to Morphus. If you know, you know. And closing song by One Republic. Insane.
Hard.
Loved it. And it's a
I
fire
called Courtney
song.
because I was like, yo, this song hard. What's going on? He was like, oh, that's
One
Ryan
Republic.
Tedder. I was
That's
like,
Ryan Tedder.
I knew it. Because I watch anime. So when I heard this song, I was like, wait.
And you know what it is? You know what it is? It
Bro,
has
I'm
that
looking
Ryan
at
Tedder
these
spark.
He did the whole, yeah.
Dude. All right, that's
Shout out Ryan Tedder.
So,
That's all it is.
I miss pop music.
yeah,
I'm
bro,
sorry.
absolutely.
And
Between
that's
me and
why,
you.
like, that was such a breath of fresh air. So Ryan Tedder does that entire album, comeback album. So now it's like, oh, y'all grown.
Absolutely.
Y'all got kids, all of that. They double back 2-3 years later, post-pandemic.
again.
All of them married now,
Yep.
right? So they all got different perspectives.
young
We don't want to
couple.
hear y'all talking about burning up or none of that.
Yeah, we wanna hear y'all
burning
talking
up
about-
at this age sound is something way different.
Yeah, it's way different. It hits way different. At this
Ten
age.
Rock, John Bellion,
John Bellion. Bellion. I would say his name wrong.
the whole Beautiful Mind
Went crazy.
They take over that album.
Went crazy.
Waffle House. I think
song.
the greatest song. No, not the greatest. The greatest song to come out that year for sure. I'm stamping it. 2023. My favorite song, Vacation Eyes. It's such a grown, sexy.
I like that. I
record,
like that.
bro.
Just the term sounds fire.
Bro, Vacation Eyes is such an amazing, and it's like the Jonas Brothers are singing that.
Right.
You talk about my black behind going to a Jonas Brothers concert by myself.
Right.
In a fuck.
I hear you with a slew
in
of
a
other
suite
cultures.
of cultures that aren't mine.
I hear you.
Singing at the top of my, because I don't even sing loud.
Right.
And it's like I enjoyed it so much. It's one of my probably my most listened to album of the
I
year,
get you.
because it's
I
like
understand.
it's aged so gracefully, and I just say that to say, I guess the whole point, that singular production or that idea is a lost art that I'm praying that I'm not gonna even say comes back, because I know it will.
Right.
It is here still in the Bruno Mars albums, that cohesiveness, the everything D-Mount
cuts through
touches,
some here and
everything
there.
Camper touches, Camper doing B7 for Brandy, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like there's so that felt lost,
Right.
but it's still here, and I hope that it takes its place in the mainstream. Weeknd did it kind of hybrid, where on After Hours, which I think is his best project personally,
I hear you.
or best mainstream pop project.
Same.
The track listing was based off production,
Right.
and then it just flowed with it. So we got 3 Metro Boomin records, then we got 3 Max Martin records,
Right.
then we got 3 whatever.
Right.
It's like that could work, but that just it doesn't happen no more. Even
Yeah.
Kanye doing his own projects,
Yeah.
you hear that.
Yeah.
It's hard to mush stuff together and make a great sandwich out of it.
Yeah.
But I mean, if one person is cooking it, you might have
a great meal.
Yeah.
That's
But on that note, we got to get out of here.
Yeah.
Once again, it's been the My Oldie Nerds podcast for Oldie Nerds like yourself. Please make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. Also, remember, one lucky person in the comment section is going to get that VIP Gold Edition Rosetta EQ or compressor. Also, remember, you can become a full-time or paid member of the channel. Helps us pay the bills, as well as you get free goodies in our store. You get, with our Diamond members, you literally get these amazing Zoom events where so far we've had
bunch of
Leslie Brathwaite, Ben Thomas, Dro, Legends come pull up and literally talk to our Diamond members and give them feedback on their music and things of that nature.
Facts.
Remember, Tuesdays as well, we have our live sessions where I get on Twitch and all kinds of platforms, and I just talk to y'all, and we literally just listen to your mixes and give feedbacks in the whole nine. So thank you so much for being members. Shout out to, again, I'm going to say this for this whole run of episodes, shout out Jutsu and David Fields. Really appreciate y'all. They have reached Royal Blue status. Clap it up for them one time. Diamond members, they reached Royal Blue status, and I just want to make sure I show love to them, like specifically. And shout out to
Absolutely.
everyone that is a member. Thank you so much. Just let you know, We got something very special for people that hit that blue disc. David and Jutsu got something real special coming for y'all. But this has been the My Ordinary podcast. I'm out of here. Levens, you got something for us?
And remember, if the Jonas Brothers could grow up, so can you. Let go of those KRKs. Please. I'm begging you.
Also, too, in terms of rap, stop talking about being old and not having nothing to talk about.